Hi to all the Gunners fans around the world. Hi to all football lovers around the world. You are welcome to another edition of the Arsenal Alchemy. And I remain your host, Simply Ike. And yes, there hasn't been so much going on in the transfer business, especially with Arsenal. But there's been some movement with other players. You know, apart from the Gykores and Sesko news, which has been, the cornerstone of this transfer window for Arsenal, it's either Sesko or Gykores. Who are we going to choose? But the good thing is, while we wait for that decision to be taken, we have been doing other businesses, and the latest of those business is that we are advancing talks with Eberechi Eze of Crystal Palace. Now, this was a player, that I have always wished played for Arsenal. And right now, that wish is about to come true. I've always said it, I've always reiterated it, that I prefer this guy to Rodrigo, I'm sorry. I prefer Eberechi Eze to Rodrigo. And right now, it seems like we are going ahead to try and get the services of Eze. His release clause is believed to be about £65 million. But the good thing is, while it's a very steep price, the good thing is Crystal Palace is open to being paid in 3 installments of 25 million in 3 years. So that's fantastic. I think it's a no-brainer. If you ask me, we should go ahead, get this guy. He can cover that left side. He can cover the left flank, which I think we need. That side, the left side of attack is in need of a more clinical winger. Martinelli has flattered to deceive most of the time, but I will still keep him as a squad player. From the bench, he can come in and the good thing about Eberechi Eze is he can play anywhere in the attack. He can play 9, he can play 10, he can play 8, he can play 7, and he can play 11. So he's a very versatile player, the kind of player we need, and he is good in all these positions. Don't forget, he scored the winning goal for Crystal Palace in the FA Cup final, and catapulting Crystal Palace to the UEFA Cup. So the UEFA Europa Cup. So he's been a very valuable player for them. And the good thing is that this guy wants to come to Arsenal because he was a former Arsenal academy product. So the connection is there. He wants to play for us. We understood that Tottenham were almost on the verge of finalizing a deal for Eberechi Eze till we kind of came in and hijacked that deal. So it is believed that Eberechi Eze has made a U-turn to play for us instead. So I hope we get him, and as that deal develops, I will be on air to bring you the latest on that deal. So moving on, we're also being linked to Hugo Ekitike. Remember Hugo Ekitike? He plays for Eintracht Frankfurt in Germany. He scored about 15 Bundesliga goals last season. He is a very impressive forward. He's a 9. He can play 8, but he's a 9. And Arsenal is believed to want to enter the race. It's reported that we are considering, going in for this guy. While, he's a good player, he's a fantastic player, but I don't think there's any substance to this story. I think Arsenal is focused on one of the two of Gykores and Sesko for the striking for the number 9 position. So all this other news, I really don't believe this one. And besides, Manchester United and Chelsea are way too deep into this guy's transfer. So I don't think Arsenal is in for this. I think it's just one of these clickbaits by these bloggers and sometimes by the agents. Now, talking about Victor Gykores, La Masia, which is a very, very reliable sports journalist in Portugal, they have claimed that Arsenal has chosen Victor Gykores. They have reported that Arsenal's preferred choice is Victor Gykores. Now, we don't know how true this is. The only thing we know about Victor Gykores' situation is that Arsenal has held personal contract talks with the player and his agent, and that has been agreed upon. But the main problem with Gykores, the main problem with this deal is his initial release clause, which was 60 million euros. So it is believed that the former sporting director of Sporting Lisbon, or Sporting CP, like some people call it, the former sporting director was the one that made that deal. So right now they changed their sporting director, and the new guy that came in said no, that their player is way too valuable for that amount that was put, and he cancelled the agreement between Sporting and Gykores. So now he inflated Gyökeres' transfer fee, and he inflated it to 85 million euros, which is about 73 million pounds. And, like I always say, I think this guy, he was the highest goal scorer in the whole of Europe last season. I always tell people that, look, I know they've inflated the transfer fee, but I think this guy is still worth it. This guy is still worth it. Last 2 seasons, Liverpool bought Darwin Núñez for 80 million pounds. Darwin Núñez in his whole Liverpool career hasn't scored 20 goals. And he was in this same league of course, Darwin Núñez came from Benfica. He was in this same Portuguese league. Look how badly he fared. He was worth nothing like that amount. He wasn't even close to that amount. And, you look at people like Højlund, the guy Manchester United bought from Atalanta. He has been a total disaster. And they bought him for about 70 million pounds. Why would you not go all out to pay 73 million pounds for the highest scoring striker in Europe? These are the things that baffles me about Arsenal. You can't be wasting time on this guy. This guy is the player we need in our team. This guy is going to flourish in our team. He's going to score goals. He's going to disturb defenders. Like I've told you, I've watched this guy's clips like 1,000 times. This guy is a complete striker. Arsenal should forget about Sesko. Sesko is an emerging talent. In 3 years from now, Sesko will be big. He is, no doubt the talent is there, but he's not ready. The EPL, the Premier League, is a very tough league. It's not a league for young beginners. It's a league for, rugged, big, tough, die-hard attackers, players. Victor Gykores fits the box. He fits the profile for us. you know. And there were people were saying, oh, because Sesko is about 6'5", he's going to win a lot of headers. He's going to score a lot of headers. Like I said, I watched Gyykores' profile. This guy scores with head. He scored about 6 headed goals last season. So I don't understand why we're waiting. Unless, of course, we're waiting for a new fiscal year, which I believe starts tomorrow from July. July is a new fiscal year in Europe. So I think that is what we're waiting for. And I hope that is what we're waiting for. And I hope we don't go back to sign Sesko. I hope Andrea Betha, whom I know is a big fan of Gykores, I hope he completes this deal. I hope he seals this deal. And I hope he makes Gykores the next top striker for Arsenal Football Club. Now, moving on quickly from Gykores, there's also reports that Gabriel Martinelli, our player, our left winger, is being linked to Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia. Now, the report is that they are considering going all out for Martinelli. They're ready to pay about as much as £70 million for Martinelli. So this is one of the discussions. This is one of the questions I have. Would you guys rather Martinelli leaves for £70 million to Al Nassr? And I mean, tell me what you think. Do you think he should leave, or do you think he should stay and fight for his shirt with Eberechi Eze? Let me know what you feel. I think he should stay. We need Martinelli. Martinelli has so much to offer. I told you. I even told you I prefer Martinelli staying to we buying Rodrigo. So yeah. Well, that piece of news is still developing, so we'll let you know how it goes in the coming days. The next piece of news is that Fabio Vieira, our player that was on loan to Porto, his loan deal ended today. Now, Fabio Vieira was bought in 2022 for £35 million, but he struggled in the EPL. Maybe because of his size, he's a slim, smaller guy, so he was just being played out of the pack in the midfield. He wasn't dominating the midfield. We bought him because of his technical abilities, but that wasn't enough. And then apart from that, he's had several groin injuries, which has further, alienated him from the starting 11. So Arsenal are said to be considering to sell him. They'd rather sell him than to keep him. What do you guys think about that? Do you think we should keep him in the squad? Do you think we should cash up on him? We're not going to get 35 million for him. Do you think we should count our losses? The thing is, he's played for Porto for two seasons now, and they refuse to acquire him. We bought him from Porto to begin with for 35 million. Now they don't want to keep him. What does that say about the player? It doesn't bode well. To me, it doesn't look good for the player if the club that took you on loan is very adamant about keeping you. So yeah. So the next other piece of transfer, which is a sad one. We're talking about Thomas Partey. His Arsenal contract ended today, June 30th. His Arsenal contract ended today, and it is very sad to see such a talented player leaving for free. I blame Partey, and partly I blame Arsenal for not getting a deal sorted out before his contract ran out. Like I said, this is a sad one. We Arsenal fans, especially we from Africa, from West Africa. He is a Ghanaian. I'm Nigerian, of course, and we loved him, we supported him, and we backed him in everything. And for him to go on a very sad note like this is really, really painful. But with that being said, we wish Thomas Partey a very, very we wish him all the luck in his journey, in his remaining football journey, as he looks for a new club. We're gonna miss him. The next thing is Gabriel Jesus, or Gabriel Jesus. I prefer to call him Jesus. Gabriel Jesus is actually his recovery from an ACL injury. I think Gabriel Jesus will be very, very available in the next 1 month. They said he has started training. He has started running on grass. So that's fantastic. The projected time of his return was sometime around November, December. It was even being said that he wouldn't be included in the first in the list of players for the first half of the season. But this is going to cause some. If he comes back fit, it's going to cause a lot of selection headache for the coach. It's going to be hard for him because we're going to get Gykores or Sesko, either one we get. We still have Kai Havertz. And so if Gabriel Jesus comes in, we're going to have about 3 center forwards. So we'll see how that plays. I'm happy he's recovering fine. Quite frankly, I hope he recovers so we can probably put him in the market to sell him in January. He's been so injury prone, fantastic player, skillful, technical, great player, but the injuries has really, really set him back. They've hindered his progress. They've hindered his Arsenal career. At this point, we can't just be paying £260,000 every week for an injury-prone player. I think at this time we should cash in on him as well. So yeah. So the next piece of news is Sambi Lokonga is back. His loan deal to Sevilla has ended as well. He's back to Arsenal. When he was asked, he said he would rather not go on loan again. He'd rather stay to fight for a shirt in Arsenal. Lokonga was one of the hyped up player before we bought him. We heard so much that he was a new Kante. He was the new Vieira. We were hearing all sorts of things about this guy. Then we ended up buying him, and we discovered he was shit. We discovered he was crap. It was hard to watch Sambi Lokonga. Now, Sambi Lokonga has been on loan to about 3 clubs as well. I'm talking of Crystal Palace. I think he went on loan to Nottingham Forest. Then he now went on loan to Sevilla. Sevilla have said they don't have the money to buy him. They didn't even bid for him. They don't just want him. All the 3 clubs you played for don't want you. That says a lot about you as well. So, and he says he's gonna come. Well, I'll support for him to come. His game time will be limited to the Carabao Cup and the lesser competitions, And if he has improved, I hope to be proved wrong, but I don't think this guy will fit into the system. In the Arsenal team, you have to do a lot of running. There is no room for sluggish players, so I don't think he's going to fit into the system anyway. And finally, the last piece of news is that the guy we were being linked to, Christian Mosquera, the bid we put in for him of 14 million euros to Valencia was rejected, but it is believed that we are prepping for a much improved bid of 20 million euros. I hope that can be enough to get us this guy. Like I said, this guy is a fantastic player. Good, his recovery rate as a defender is superhuman. Sorry, he is a super player. If we get this guy, he's one for the future. I think he's just 19 or 20. He's one for the future, and he is going to be an understudy to William Saliba. So that will be all for today. Tell me what you think about all this. Is it going to be Sesko or Gykores? Do you guys welcome the deal that is being made with Eze? Should Martinelli go to Al Nassr? Should Fabio Vieira stay, or go to another loan? You let me know what you think in the comment section. And if you've liked this podcast, please do like and subscribe. And that will be all for now. Until next time, it's goodbye.